Well, I'm now joined by Igor Hochlov. He's a military expert, live here in the RT International studio. Igor, you actually met Kalashnikov. What was your impression of him?
You know, I met him on an exhibition a few years ago, and you see, the first impression you get from him is he's a very young man, so there's no feeling that you are talking to a man so much older and so much more experienced than you. His mind is very agile, he's very eager to accept any kind of new information, and his manner of speaking and his manner of dealing with his colleagues, that was the most impressive.
And did he talk much about what he invented, the positive aspects and indeed the negative aspects?
Actually, see, the first thing that has to be mentioned, I think, in this respect is that AK-47 was a revolution in the way infantry fights. He was the first person, maybe, he was a visionary who was able to understand that the combination of intermediate cartridge and assault rifle, thus giving awesome firepower to a personal infantryman. That was really the revolution. You see, there were experiments before him, including Germany in the wartime period. But Americans, for example, they examined German experiments and they saw that, you see, that's not the future of the warfare. And Mikhail Kalashnikov was able to understand, given his experience in the Second World War, the future of this
So what was so special about it? What did he create that has lasted for so long?
So the basic idea during the Second World War, that there was heavy machine guns that were actually used for stopping large masses of infantry, and they were quite small and compact submachine guns. So the idea was Kalashnikov was to use intermediate cartridge, almost as powerful as a machine gun cartridge, but give this kind of fighting device to a personal infantryman, and that actually revolutionized the warfare.
But this is a rifle that could shoot multiple rounds, so it still had the same sort of effect as a machine gun.
Actually, yes. Actually, the idea of assault rifle is having a machine gun, but just lighter, more compact, and thus every infantryman can use it. And that gave infantry, attacking infantry especially, awesome firepower. That's why his assault rifle became so popular all over the world. It's easy, it's highly reliable, and it has quite a lot of technical innovations. For example, while shooting this assault rifle, the hot gases that escape the machine, they remove all the dust, so it can shoot almost in any conditions, underwater, in dust, anywhere. That was one of the most important features of this assault rifle.
It sounds as if one couldn't develop any better rifle these days, but we are in a high-tech era. Will the Kalashnikov continue to dominate, though?
I guess that Kalashnikov is going to continue to dominate for decades. Now Russia is developing new generation of personal infantry arms, but those based on Kalashnikov's design. They have improved accuracy, they use more plastic, they use better metal techniques, but still the basic design is not changing.
Now, of course, he invented this to defend the Soviet Union, but of course it's been used in other ways, child soldiers, terrorists, and ironically by the Mujahideen against Soviet soldiers in Afghanistan. Do you think that it was quite a burden for him to bear with how it was used?
I know that he was, many times he was asked this question. You see, his idea was that the inventor is not responsible for the way how his invention is used. He created this device to protect his own country, and the device has been so much successful that you see no other design has been able to match it.
Just briefly, doesn't he regret not making money out of this?
I don't think. He was a very modest person. You see, that's a Soviet kind of engineer. My grandfather also was an engineer, also working in the arms industry all his life. The people didn't care about money themselves. You see, protecting their nation, saving the lives of their compatriots, that was the their basic occupation. And you can see from documentaries about Mikhail Kalashnikov, he lived a very, very modest life.
Well, really interesting to hear your point of view about the late, recently departed Mikhail Kalashnikov. Thank you very much indeed. Igor Hochlov, military expert, live here on RT International. Thank you. He emerged from prison straight into the limelight.